set up so I can see things. My forehead is so shiny. That 4-foot fluorescent light up there kind of makes things shine, like my fingers in videos and stuff. I don't know what I could put on that to see this frame right here. There we go. All right, Skeletor. What's up, man? Matt Harris, Major Roads. What's happening, guys? So I don't really have a whole lot to show other than, you guys have been seeing these. And these wheels are really nice, by the way. Cheap, right off of Amazon. These tires hook up good. In fact, I think today's video was these on the back of the hauler. Yeah. Pretty darn nice wheels. Hope everything will start popping up here soon. You guys were making fun of my Czech drinks last time, so I did some, like, real Gatorade. Wayne from the UK. Hey, buddy. Thank you. Stuck in the RC portal. Hey, man. Rollout. What's up? Oh, Skeletor. Skeletor is from Poland. Wow. Around the world. All the way from Florida. Did you see the Fox body for the drag slash? I think I did, but that's just that's not really my thing, though. I mean, roll out to Michigan. Creek Creeper, what's up, man? Ohio. Ed Squignowski. Rab, what's up? Scotland. IAQ Master, Middleburg. Yep, Middleburg. Discovery RC, what's up, man? OR Crawler, Oregon. Yeah, I can actually tell that one. Go Fast RC, spend $100 on a used Mac 6 and it glitches when I give it full throttle. Check and make sure that your punch isn't turned all the way up and is too much for the battery. What motor are you running on that thing? If you're running like the 1100 kV big hobby wing, I kind of feel that's a little bit too much motor for that ESC, but that's my own thoughts on that. Wayne, what's up? Rob Dahl. Hey, dude. Orange Park, Florida. He's about 15 minutes away. Maybe 30. Been a while since I've been over there. Matt Harris, Kansas. Warsaw, live in Connecticut now, so. Okay. What's up, man? David Prill's here. Yes, sir. Squiggy for short. There we go. Squiggy will work. We used to have Laverne and Shirley back in the day. Squiggy and the other guy. Jeremy Hux from Sin, California. Another UK guy. What's up, man? What's the best X-Max steering blocks? If you're talking about the steering knuckles and all that, the Vitavon are triple bearing, and I never broke one. I have had to change a bearing before, but that was from me messing around in water. And believe me, those rubber seals don't keep the water out. Water gets into everything. So that's pretty much it as far as those bearings go. But yeah, real 70-75. Mike Morrow, what's up? RC Daily. All right. It's a stock X-Max motor. Well, it's probably going to be about maybe 40 miles per hour unless you gear it up a little bit. And then you may have heat issues. V2 program bought a dirt bike and haven't touched the RCs in about 2 months. Paul, dude, I touch my RCs every day. In fact, I messed with the Raminator tonight. Finally got my shock setup done on it. So it's got 2 shocks at each corner. I drilled out the pistons. I did quite a bit of work to the shocks, so I should not have piston issues again. and it feels like it's going to absorb and work kind of like what I had it before, but it was a little bit too loose in my opinion. So this might be a little bit better. But the way I'm going to adjust this is if I need a little bit more dampening, I'll take the V2 shocks off, the smaller ones, and actually add a little bit thicker oil to those. So now the big shocks, they got a 3/16 hole by 4. I drilled them things out. They had so much, there's so much surface space on the top of that piston that when it tried to move fast, it had to give. And it did by breaking up. And Primal stepped up on Father's Day and took care of me. So I got to give it to him. That was awesome. Dion Allen, what's up, man? Guijon, what's up, man? Where is Sam? Oh, there's Lon Baden. Not sure if you can see him. He's currently asleep, and I'm fine with that. If not, he'll be right up here in my face. Orange hair flying all over the place. All right. Fester RC, what's up, man? Question, best steering servo and savers for LMT four-wheel steering. Man, I tell you, for that, it's either the Raw 500 front and back with the Trill servo savers. I really like the Trill servo savers. I just got another Trill servo saver in. But the Raw 500s or maybe the 900. But in my opinion, the Raw 500 is more than enough and it's fast. So just limit that rear so it doesn't go too far. In the crawling world, you kind of want to get all that turn. But in the monster truck world like that, either you're driving slow or you're going to be out of control unless you're really, really good. I'm not that good. Sam, yes, sir. I watched all my neighbors light them up. Yeah, go fast. Yep. Mike Murrow, does anybody make hardened internal diff gears for SBR 2.0? Not that I know of. I think maybe Scorched might have a spool, but I don't know of anybody making hardened internal gears for that. Team effort. 4th was good. I was busy recording. I record like almost every day of the year. Except Christmas. I take Christmas off, but I still have some in stock. What's your best opinion for a best upgrade on the SCX-10 Gladiator? Glenn Stauffenberg. For the budget-minded, a 1080 with a 10-turn Crawlmaster Sport. If your budget's a little bit higher than that, go for the 2300 kV Fusion Pro. That thing is awesome. You'll love that. Fred Robertson, what's up? Yeah, I've done all that, Dion, and usually I still got to go buy bearings. And I find the sizes I need, and I buy them by the 10s. You know, sometimes I buy 20 bearings at once. I don't have it right here, but the Rift, I actually blew the internal bearing out of that, the internal pinion bearing, and that went into everything. So, yeah, I got that all tore apart. I'll be working on that soon. Pensacola, Spank Bank. All right. What's up, Gary? RC Daily. It's funny you mentioned that because this is the first time I'm touching mine after Beat the Creek. So there's also some rust in there. So yeah, we kind of share that one. Man, Fester RC. Now you're going to fit the 560 in there. I'm curious. I guess you've got to go with direct drive, but man, I've been seeing Sparks and Talbot. It's like having a little bit of issues. I think Joe Gerd actually has had an issue with that. I kind of like the clutch, but I would like to have more KVs. I've got a 680 KV sitting in there. I bought that before the Hobby Wing system came out, and I'd like to use that in there in all honesty, but I want to keep the clutch. But I kind of like the clutch. It was cushioning it. LMT on 6S, those are awesome. But careful, at that point you really start getting to the point where you can break things, especially internal parts, even if you have Vitavon cases and axle housings and all that. Tim Clark, hey buddy. Yeah, your stuff went out today. Did I send you tracking on that? If not, I need to send that to you. How do the 8S Arma diffs? I haven't done a size comparison on them, but I'd have to say they're pretty close to the same. I mean, they gotta be. The SBR is actually pretty beefy. RC Modman, what's up? James RC Garage, Wayne McCardle. I see that Hobbing have improved their Max 8 Gen 2. I had problems with the original Max 8. Coming for a long time. Mojave 17 was no good. Would run. Anyway, they have Max 6. Yeah, the Max 6 1650 is pretty awesome. Now, the Gen 2, there's one guy, he keeps commenting that his is overheating. I'm wondering if he got into it and adjusted the timing or something, because, I mean, mine stays cool. I mean, I think he was running heavier tires on a Max and geared up and 6S. So if that's the case, you know, well, something has to give. Glenn Stoffen, what would be my most expensive rig yet so far? That would be the Raminator. Estimated, I probably got about maybe 7 into it. So, kind of estimated on that. I bought it for 4. And then I've bought the Mega Tires. I've bought, well, Reese servos. And I still need 2 more 2000s for the rear steer, which is actually in the bin. I haven't even put it on yet. Shocks, body mounts, the electric conversion, then the Max 4. Yeah, it's probably close to 7K. Dion, yeah, the housings are weak, but the stock internals in the LMT are actually pretty strong. I haven't broke mine yet. Yeah, Fesser. Now the 500 kV that I've got that came with the Fine Designs conversion, it has a 10 millimeter shaft, and I actually spoke with him, and it was actually drilled and tapped to actually hold the clutch in place. So an 8 millimeter shaft motor like what you're about to get, I don't know how you would make that work. I've been looking, but I haven't found anything yet. Garage Life, yeah, I'm feeling okay as far as I know. Looking forward to a new power system. Heck yeah, man. Christopher Pentland, what's up? Matt Harris. On your TRX4, everything still sealed up, or did you get water in it? On, oh, the one I did the mud bog in, I did pull the portal covers, and those actually looked okay. I was impressed with that. But I didn't really sink it and stay. I mean, I splashed the heck out of it. But really, I think if there's any issue, it's going to be in the portals or in the axle housings themselves. But I didn't really sink it, you know. Well, I stuck it pretty good, but it was just axle deep, basically. I think. Yeah, the top of the trans was dry. Gary's right. Controlling with a 3300, especially when stomping on it. Yeah, 6S, the one that I drove, I haven't drove 6S on my own LMT yet, but man, it felt really good. I mean, it really did. I mean, I had plenty of wheelie control, air control, all that stuff. It wasn't mine, so I didn't really kind of do my normal thing with it, but probably get, what, triple backflips pretty easy on 6S, maybe even quads if you can hold it within the normal plane. I've been looking at the FMSs. I just haven't actually went for it yet. Shiki, what's up, man? All right. But by the way, I do have another Max 4 ESC, another 560 kV motor. I've got that pre-ordered. I've got three Max 8 Gen 2s. I got one Max 8 Gen 2 with the 2500 kV motor because I don't have that one. And then I got another one of the Fusion Pros coming. They're all on back order. It could be 2 weeks, it could be a month. I have no idea, but they've already taken the money. Yeah. You know, like some of them, they'll wait till it comes in so you don't get all the interest charges. Not Hobbywing Direct. But if you do go to Hobbywing Direct, Exocaged RC, 10% off. That helps out. Nice, Rab. Yep. Is LMT much bigger than a Rift? Not really. It's just different. It's wider. It's a monster truck. It's just, I guess, overall size, they could be comparable, but they're just very different machines. Now, the Atlas 6x6, if I was to get an FMS, that's the one I would get. Really good control out of the box, really? That was funny when the was hanging off the hauler. Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't think I actually did a speed run on it with the 2300. I don't think I did. I'd have to assume. I mean, it's still kind of slow. I'd probably guess maybe 12 at the most. I mean, it's got a 9-tooth pinion gear on that thing. I was looking at a Micro X2, but from what I can tell, they're only a crawler ESC. And I uploaded that video for members today. Did you see the special fudge one? Yeah. I've got another version that I'll release for the public without the fudge in it. But, and it is fudge. Okay. But, yeah, that little ESC didn't like it very much. That little 18 ampere, it didn't like it too much. It got hot and thermaled out a few times. What I'm thinking is maybe put a old Castle Mamba Max Pro in there and actually cut the top and just let it ventilate through the top of it. The Mamba Max Pro may actually fit in that little groove, and then I'll find a spot for the receiver. But it handled so much better with a GT5 on it. Man, the LMT is nice. Just when you get it, you know, if you're going to beat the snot out of it, go ahead and get you some axle housings. That you're going to need. Creek Keeper. I have seen the Gravedigger from Primal. If I didn't already have the Raminator, I'd probably be on the pre-order for that because that's a really nice way they got that set up. It still comes with, I believe it comes with what, the same 49cc motor, so electric conversion, and then the servos are going to break, and then you're going to go through all this stuff again with it. If I was to do anything right now, I'd probably just simply buy the body. You know, boom, there we go. Joshua Hodge, I have never heard of Cardinal Racing. Yes, it did. ESC did not like it. Morten Aas from Norway. Hey, buddy. I got to keep the LMT. It actually still has the Hobbywing system in it. I haven't taken it back out and put the castle back in it yet. So I wish I just had like 10 of those, because I would leave those in everything, but I've got the one right now, so I got to play musical electronics, you know, the different vehicles. Yes, steel poles will hurt the truck. It'll hurt your toe too if you happen to run into it. Yeah, I've never even heard of Cardinal Racing. Never even heard of them. That big car. Okay, so they're a 5th scale? I haven't seen that video. Ah, Creek Keeper calling for the likes. Heck yeah. a shame that Rift won't fit that Hobby Wing system. I haven't tried it yet. I know people are making the 1/8 fit. I mean, Sean from Jack's RC Recycle and Repair, he made one fit in his, but I think he had to cut that skid out quite a bit. So, how does the Raminator body compare? How does the Raminator body compare to the SBR 2.0? It's huge. It is absolutely huge as compared. Just believe me, it's like, heck, I don't know, maybe 10 inches longer or something. It's huge. Oh man, Gory Boggs, what's up, buddy? Oh yeah, you did do that, didn't you? Hit myself with a Rift at around 35 miles per hour. You know, in box stock form on 4S, they'll break 40 miles per hour. I did it in a grass field. So that's really fast. I do got to say, if I was to build another Rift, I would not do the 2-speed. Just leave the high gear in it, put a 13.2 pinion gear on it, and call it a day. That's what I would do if I was to build another Rift. Rab, Hobby Wing Axe version Fusion Pro. Okay. The Fusion series motors, even though it has a FOC to it, just like the Axe, in my opinion, from what I have driven with that motor, it's so much better on the startup. As in, the startup on that one is slow enough. With the Axe system, there's like a minimum like 300 RPM, and if you're really trying to crawl with it, it can actually be too fast. I mean, for general trail usage and all that, perfectly fine. No issues at all. But I think the Fusion, that's the better way to go in my opinion. I mean, it's just awesome. Marcus. Chris Johnson, what's up, man? Mahindran. Can you fit a longer can in the SBR? Not to my knowledge. It's pretty close up to the servo area. I'll have to look at that. I haven't watched much RC stuff on YouTube in a while. I know. I'm always making it. How you doing? Waco's RC. Very tempting at the local hobby town. We had 2 of the combos of the G2. Yeah, the local shops have got it, but heck, I want my 10% discount. I might could get that at the local shops, in all honesty. They might would hook me up. I don't know. Speed R body, 1/6 Raminator, the larger 1/5. Grab. Brushed is the best way to go on a crawler. Team effort, I don't know about that anymore, man. I mean, brushless is more efficient. You can get way more power out of it. They can break a lot more stuff. But the Fusion systems, man, they're good. Really good. I mean, they rival the brush stuff by a long shot. Now, with the really nice brush motors and a BRXL ESC or something that can really fine-tune and drive it, you can get a slower startup. But it's only going to be minuscule, and most of the crawler world probably won't even notice. I don't even notice. Gory Boggs, if you keep at it, and you can finally make it to where you can become a YouTube partner and all that, YouTube pretty much pays for everything that I'm doing now. And if it wasn't for the channel doing well, I could not afford the things I show you guys. I mean, there's just no way. My day job isn't that good. 2-speed from a Rift is better than a 2-speed from a 10.3 by a lot. It's just kind of, you got to make that 2-speed Rift work. Got a little bit of work to it. Traxxas 99. Yes, I'm planning to go to Rocktober. I can top the Fusion. They're awesome. They really are. Novak, man, I remember Novak. I had a M2 Dig ESC and a Berg MOA crawler I had a while back, and that was actually a really good ESC. The way you could set your channel up for front dig or rear dig was actually pretty darn good. I liked it. Oh, you keep seeing teasers about the Furatech 110 combo. Like what's in Superlight? I'm about to show you guys, aren't I? Oh man, but yeah, the 110 combo actually is pretty nice, and that has the Furatech 1400 kV motor in it as well. And it's a early version Furatech motor, and it actually has a sensor wire on the thing, even though the ESC is not censored. Any ideas on an X-Max pinion? Yep, I got you. Okay, what you got to do to make your X-Max pinion stay on. You know how you have the shaft poking out, right? And you got the flat spot on top, right? Well, add a little bit of thread lock to that, but roll the shaft over and get some on the bottom of the shaft. And then when you put the pinion gear on, leave the set screw out enough that you can rotate it on the shaft, all right? What this does is this puts the thread lock all the way around it. And when you tighten down the set screw, the thread lock actually locks everything in place. Usually when I do that, I got to take 2 screwdrivers and pry the pinions off. Usually. How much of a difference between 60, 61 and 70, 75? I'm not a metallurgist, but the 70, 75 is harder. Some people say it's more brittle, but the 60, 61, I mean, I use a lot of that at work, and that stuff will bend on you pretty quick. So, I mean, 70, 75 is a premium. It really is. And if you're buying real 70, 75, you're going to pay a little bit more for it. Rocktober, that's up where they run Beat the Creek in Maysville, Kentucky. Osborne, Matt. I see. I have a BRXL 11-tooth magnet, 11-turn Magnum. So I went with a revolver 2500. Now the 2500's nice. Personally, I would do the 2200 kV 14 pole over the 10 pole 2500 kV. To me, the 14 poles are just a little bit smoother. Oh yeah, Fred, you're right. I use the medium Loctite on my stuff as well, like the blue. Well, welcome back, Chainsaw. There you go. Just step up the T6 aluminum. The T6 up the T6. Okay, I don't really get that one, but I'm not a metallurgist. Metallologist. I bought some cheap RC lapis from a Punisher, and 15 minutes into my first run, it quite checked it out. The batteries puffed, and the motor was so hot. Major roads. I've had some cheap batteries that run really well. In fact, I've still got some years later. Where you got to look at the application that you put these in. Was it heavy grass? Was it soft sand? Was it nothing but speed runs, you know, pulling insane amps and all that? You got to look at all those factors and make sure the battery can take it. And if you look at the specs, the discharge C rating, like on this Ovonic right here, this 4S, these are good batteries, but it is not ADC discharge. It's just not. It might be ADC like burst, but safe discharge range, it's around 25C, which is pretty much the same as most other batteries out there. You can heat them up to about 120 degrees and usually get about 8 to 10 C more, which is what some of the racers do. They'll get the battery good and hot, so it's got more amps available. If the motor needs 100 amps and the battery can't supply 100 amps, guess what? You're going to have a power, you'll be lacking power. So that can cause issues in its own, like a brownout of the system. You could have an issue with your control and all that. So, yeah, you just kind of got to look at things. And sometimes I do push it with too small of a battery. But usually when I want to run a battery that's a little bit too small, I gear and drive accordingly. At least I try. Sometimes I get a little bit too stupid. Use green Loctite and that snap the shaft off. You got some debris in there, like a little rock or a pebble or something, and that caused the gears to just pop. And that's what broke the shaft. Sam from South Carolina. Wow. Yeah, I think my right side X-Max is about the only one that I have to go back and retighten quite a bit. Oh, I bought a third X-Max. It was kind of like a parts truck. Gary, let's see if he comments. Gary's actually putting it together for me. See if Gary's still on here. Graphene lipo that got puffed after 3 runs in a Baja Ray. Was it the big Baja Ray, like the Super, or the little one? Isn't T661 stronger than 7075? I think it really depends on the application. I think the 61 is more pliable, and it may be able to flex a little bit more. The 7075 is harder, possibly a little bit more brittle. But I don't know if anybody's broke a Vidavon axle housing. At least not unless maybe they hit a steel mailbox post at full speed, 362 miles per hour. Both handle heat fine. Yeah, okay, there we go. Why would you run wire-in capacitors? Capacitors can help if the capacitor pack is large enough. If you're really pushing it, like drag racing or something, and you really punch it, when you punch it, that motor may call for 500 amps. And if your battery can't get it, the caps can kind of make up for that. So it's kind of like a Band-Aid in some ways. And in some ways it works. Just like a Band-Aid. Oh, no, the small. Well, I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, you can get bad batteries. I've had bad batteries from just about everybody. It just happens, and most of the time, it's my fault. I mean, there was one that had a real bad cell on it, but that was a couple years ago. And then you just listen to Facebook, you go into the groups, and whenever somebody posts up one of those cheap junk batteries for a nice deal, yeah, everybody jumps on that. Just sit back, read, and learn. Oh yeah, I've had all kinds of wrenches slipped. My hands are scarred up all over the place, mainly from real mechanicking. I busted every finger. In fact, look at that one. Yep. So, yep, I get damage. There we go. Gary is on here. It's clean enough to work on now. Nice. Yeah, Mark said that he'd run it at my track on the dirt road, on the dirty dirt, just for you. Yeah, I think you mentioned that, but that was a pretty darn hard hit. Did you ever get pictures of that team effort? Only 3. Okay, Rob Dahl, you're looking at him. He's got like 12 X-Maxes. So, yeah, he's got a whole bunch of them. Now, speaking of the bad batteries, I have a water bucket that I've put my bad batteries in. And when I have an event out here, if somebody starts talking about batteries, this and that, I'll just ask them, have you ever smelled a lipo that's on fire or smoking up? A lot of them say no. So what do? I go grab one of these batteries and I puncture them. And they either smoke or flame out. I mean, I'm careful when I do it, and I tell everybody get upwind. You know, you really don't want to breathe the stuff in. It's really bad. But what I do is I tell them get close enough so you can smell the scent. To me, it's like rotten paint thinner, old 100-year-old paint thinner in a can that you just opened up. That's my thoughts on it. It's a very distinct smell. So, and I feel that's a good thing that they can, if they know the smell, if they have something going on, they can recognize it and take care of it before tragedy could happen. What motor, Andrew Nielsen, what motor are you running in your Mojave at this moment? I know you switched a few times. Right now, it doesn't have a motor at all. I got a brand new EXB in there. Haven't even put a servo in. I've had it for like 2 months. But the end goal is to put the Max 8 V2 in there. And that's the actual end goal of it. Chris, I've already got a Max, buddy. I've already got a Max with a Max, the V2 conversion and all that stuff. So I'm kind of good on that. I appreciate it, though. Since that Turnigy puffed, I started buying only Gens Ace. Just now. Well, they're good. I run a lot of their little 500 milliamp. Like this right here is a little 750 that I run in a few of my crawlers. So, I mean, they got really good small batteries in my opinion. And that big 6200, I put that thing in the DBXLE, and that thing at that point in time could actually pull about 500 amps. What's going on in here? Hey, Steady, what's happening? It smells like burning roaches. I don't know that I've ever burnt a roach there, Team Effort. Smells like a petrified T-Rex dung. Bust nut, have you ever smelt one of these lipos go up? If you haven't, come over here Sunday. I'll pop one of them off for you. With raid on them. I got the lighter. All right. Got the Phoenix put together. Very nice. Yeah, see, Sean ran it in his, and he actually had 2 locked up wheel bearings in the rear hubs. So when I borrowed Sean's Mojave, I actually used the rear hubs off of the Fire Team. So, yeah, I need hubs for the Fire Team now. I've got 2, buddy, I've got 2 Stampedes. They're both 2-wheel drive, but I do have 2 Stampedes. The small 8000 3S? What's a small 8000 milliamp 3S, buddy? The small 8000 that I have, well, I don't even see one over here. Oh, here, I found one. Hang on. See, this is the CNHL 8000 and the 62. You can see it's pretty close to the same size. But this right here fits in the hammer ray perfectly, just like that. Perfectly. You had a burnt roach short itself on a 6S lipo. That's crazy. Oh man, speaking of that, did you guys see the video of the crawdad? It was just walking along and it jumped in the puddle of water, although the puddle of water was a pan of hot oil and just started sizzling. Man, the jump of death there, buddy. Which battery will be good for your Punisher? Now, the... okay, this is a 5600 right here for your Punisher. I'd probably go, if you can go bigger, go with the 8000. That way you get more power available to you. The 5600s are good, don't get me wrong, but the 8000 is about the exact same size. So you may as well go bigger on the battery. Oh, it weighs a little bit more, but not that much. Roach got cooked. Yes, it did. Roach got cooked. Probably going to end this particular live at 8 tonight. I got to try to get some things taken care of. Got to button up the raminator. Got to get tomorrow's video up. Got to look at what I've got in stock right now. I know I got a few of them. Ooh. Ooh. I don't want to see rats plunge into hot grease fryer. Do you keep your batteries full or storage charged, especially when you're using them so much? When I use these batteries, I have a certain set of batteries that I use like all the time, and they stay at different states of charge. Now, I've got other batteries that I might use once in a while for a specific application, and those are at storage. So as long as you're cycling through these things, here I got a little checker. Let's see what this one is. This is a 5600. Let's see if it's ready to go. Sometimes it's nice to find one of my normal batteries and have it be ready to go. 99%. I'm ready to go record something. Except it's dark. This one right here. Aha, yes. I got two something. What about the 3000? 43%. So this one is pretty much close to storage. Robert Dahl, you got mine 4-wheel drive stamped. I do have your Stampede, Robert Dahl. It's ready to go. Change the battery plugs and everything. Your batteries are ready and all that. Major roads, either one. For the e-Revo, I run a Max 6 in mine, and it ran good. So I can't see it needing, a nice big brand new censored system, unless you just really want to go that route. The Max 6 is fine for that. Did your rear hubs rub your Vidavon wheels on the Mojave? I think the plastic of the rod end did rub a little bit. So what I did was I moved that down and then I clearanced the hub just to give extra clearance in case, bearings start getting sloppy or something like that. And also debris. If it's really close to the wheel, if you get a little rock in there, it'll just kind of wedge itself in there, and that could cause problems all by itself. Since you're on the topic of batteries, I'm having a hard time finding a large S6S with an XT60. You only need it for field charging on an ISDT Q6. So I'm assuming you're charging on like the small batteries. What I would recommend, and just me, I would find a car battery. In all honesty, maybe a decent sized lawnmower battery. That's what I would use if I were you. And you could actually charge that on your ISDT Q6 charger. It has more capacity. It's 12 volts. That's plenty to charge on. At least in my opinion. Bought my daughter an Arma Big Rock for her birthday. What 3S battery would you suggest? Well, heck. The 8,000 milliamp CNHL. This thing runs good. And I believe you can get them with the EC5 plug, which should go right into your vehicle. I typically get these off of Amazon. That should run pretty good in the bomber. Flapping lips. Steve Sanders, what are the best shock towers for the front of the Ecto so the body post fits stock post? Mine's got the stock shock towers. I haven't had that issue. I haven't felt a need to change them in all honesty, so I haven't looked anything up on that. Sorry. If you consider traveling for amazing crawling scenes, you're welcome to visit Ecuador. Man, that would be a long drive. I don't know if my Hyundai can get that one. Probably have a few issues along the way. Tim Hewlett, fix my XMAT, dude. I'm the guy that was saying he couldn't figure out his diffs. The center diff blew its gears. Oh, wow. See, I have only messed up the spider gears one time, and that was actually Sean Larman trying to do a backflip off of a curb, and it didn't get it. And he landed like coming down like full throttle, just bam, and I knew something gave up because it was a hard full throttle hit. He didn't give up though. He certainly tried it. In fact, he may have actually rotated all the way around, but just held it, you know, a tenth of a millimeter of a second too long. Yeah. If you take the pool and you have a good piece of plywood coming out, it'll drop on top of the water to the other side. But you can't let up. You can't hit the brakes. Well, good, Skeletor. Shiki? Skeletor? Skyly? You told me what your name was. The short for that. I kind of got it in there somewhere. I might have a hard time fitting lawnmower battery in my... okay, so you got a weight issue and all that. What about a sealed, non-spillable security camera battery? Like a backup battery or something. Maybe that would have the capacity and not be super heavy? Because either way, you're probably going to end up with a lot of weight on your back. Personally, I would order, 3-4 extra batteries and just go with everything charged. And then just get a regular 6S. I'm assuming you're running small batteries for your crawler, right? What is your thoughts on the Element Trail Runner or the Night Runner? They've got the same driveline. The Night Runner, I believe, is a little bit longer wheelbase, but take your pick. They're both the same driveline. Good solid trucks. The IFS is a little bit sloppy at times. What is your thoughts on that? Oh, yeah, you got that one. That was from Marcus. Mark, what I do with my Rift kit. My Holmes brushless motor, great runs. Okay, yeah. 5 hours of crawling. Holy moly. I go back there for 10 minutes and I'm huffing and puffing. It's so hot right now. I'm not staying out there for any longer than I got to. 1100 or 800 for the X-Max. I hear the 800 is just too heavy. The 800, in my opinion, is not too heavy. However, I do prefer the 1100. And I guess in the orange X-Max, it has the 1100 kV hobby wing. And I'm going to keep that motor in there. It's also got the Hyperflow fans in there. So, yeah, it ain't getting hot. I tried to run it the other day with the guys, but the tire totally came unglued on it. So I didn't want to tear my tire up, so I just sat back, watched the guys have a good time, and got home and glued the snot out of it. The best weights to add to an Ecto. What I've got on mine, and I know some guys have commented that they didn't fit, but I've got the C-hubs from Samix, the brass ones, for the SCX-10 too. They fit mine. You may have to file the slot out a little bit, but they fit mine, and then I put the SSD brass knuckles on it. And that's all I've got on mine. And so Samix and the SSD I both got from AMA, of course. All the time AMA. There you go. You should try out the Axial SCX6. Zach, buddy, I've got like a SCX6 that's probably over $4,000 worth in it right now, buddy. I've done a lot of videos on the SCX6. I just haven't done anything lately with it. See my new IFS. I did see an IFS Rift build. I believe it was on Facebook or something. And it looked pretty cool. The IFS can work really good because you don't have so much mass throwing the chassis back, and the suspension can operate faster. At least that's my thoughts on it. Yeah. For sure. There's good traction in the heat. There is good traction in the heat. And when it's really hot, Everybody says the G8s from Proline hook up better than the Predators. They also last a lot longer. Largest spur possible on a TRX4. To my knowledge, the 45 tooth that you get with any 2-speed TRX4. I don't know of any larger spur gears for that. The smallest pinion gear is a 9 tooth. Robert, I gotta agree. Big Red right there. Well, this camera's a little bit different. Anyway, Big Red's got the big 1100 in it. That is due for a huge upgrade coming up soon. Huge. Massive. Everybody's going to agree. JP, some of the WL stuff is actually durable. I've been doing a few of the smaller 1/16 stuff with the Larlo and I've got another one, a truck that I got to get put up as well. There's zero dampening in it though. But it ran okay. It's got 2 brushed motors, about $140 shipped from Amazon. So not too bad. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up in about 9 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because I got a lot of stuff to take care of before I get ready for work tomorrow. One day. Okay, you got the 1280, so you're doing the 6S on your SCX6. Okay. Now, the 1280, it may take 8S for a little bit. I haven't tried it. I just got the 860 black jacket for mine. Nice. Yeah, 98 Cherokee. Build that into a Necto, man. EC5 to EC90, that brings it better than half. Well, you could just change the plugs altogether. Clayton, where's the mods? Mods for what? Got mods and everything. I haven't messed with the Hoons. That I don't know. I wish they would come out with a true UFO. You could pretty much call an X-Max that when you're getting out of control off a big jump. With limited money for bashing, should I buy a LMT or upgrade the stock Rift? That's a tough one, man. You could actually upgrade the Rift with that money and have it close to bulletproof, in all honesty. Andrew Nielsen, it has 1100 kV. It's currently running a 2646 gear. It has the Bauhaus mount, and that's the maximum gear ratio that you can fit in that truck because it fits all the stock gear ratios. So it's a little bit on the slow side. It can still get a backflip though, but it needs a little bit more gear. Chat mods. Well, there's a few. I think why, what are you guys seeing that I'm not seeing here? Okay, whatever Ronnie Creason just posted. Hey, Tim, 6S is going to wake that thing up big time. Trust me on that. So, Aged Pasta, you're having good luck with the B-Link. When I was at Beat the Creek, I had to work on 2 ESCs. I got one of them to work from the B-Link, just like locking the thing up. So, I don't mess with the B-Link. RC, hold up a second. As far as mods go, RC Daily is a mod, and he's here somewhere. About the hauler. You know, I haven't thought about making a Dakar truck, but I guess it could be. I mean, I would probably start with a normal size TRX6, in all honesty. The hauler is really stretched out, let me tell you. What would happen if you fell off 3 differential gears with 20 million fluid. It'll probably run just fine. OMP. I'm not seeing any spam on my feed. Are you guys seeing it? Because I'm not seeing anything. I'm just seeing normal comments. Not so wheelies and poor turning. Yeah. But what I found is that usually those large tires are so much that even 20 million turns just fine. Marcus, I think I did see some of that. And when the time comes, I will have one of those. Hey, CK, what's up, man? Seen anything that mods would need to deal with? Yeah, I haven't seen anything. For crawling and speed. What mods would you recommend for the Ecto for crawling and speed? Man, go with a 2300 kV Fusion. I know I've said that a lot in this stream, but it's really good. Really good. Okay. You got to have a B-Link if you only have a Mac. I don't have a Mac yet. I need to get one, though. One day. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up about 4 minutes. So I can go ahead and get some other stuff taken care of. And, yeah. Epic RC, I've done the high racks in the past. I just haven't been impressed with them. I've seen some guys out here with them, and it looked like they were doing okay. I mean, they really did, but I don't know. Just not. I don't even know that I like them on my UDR. They spin real easy. Yep. I almost took myself out with a DBXLE. Close. But I moved out of the way just in time. Let's just say it didn't jump like I had planned for it to jump. Chico, thank you, buddy. Got about 3 minutes. Going to wrap this one right on up. Shade concept ruptures. They are hard to get, buddy. They are. When you see somebody post them up, the price may not be very nice, but that might be your only way right now. Check eBay. Sometimes a guy will post up there. So, yeah, I thought that Max 8 Gen 2 was good in the LMT as well. Oh, yep, aluminum, especially if you get aluminum with like a hard edge to it. Yeah, that can really hurt. Marcus, catch you later, buddy. We're about to wrap this up here in about a minute and a half. Yeah, buddy, I'm going to keep trying. Dude, they work so good. All right, thank you, Tim. I appreciate you watching. Yeah, man. So, all right, so we're about to wrap this on up. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing done. You guys have been awesome. Without you guys, I can't be doing this. So, thank you guys. And we're going to go ahead and finish this thing up. Later, guys. Later, CK.